Good morning, folks. I've just been spent this morning getting my cases and stuff packed up for taking out of Circa, or taking out of Luxor, and moving to Circa. And just going to see if I can get a quick bite of breakfast somewhere over towards Excalibur here. There's also a little Ghostbusters slot machine, which I don't know if they have it downtown, the Circa or Plaza or anywhere, but I can't pass up a final opportunity to give it a go. So I'm going to stick in the $50, see what happens. So hopefully the next hit you'll see is a Ghostbusters bonus.
You're going to the bonus!
So we're on Ghostbuster 4D. We've got the 3 Ghostbuster
In order to see
symbols.
where you are going, you must first find a guide. Jab that Slimer. He knows the way.
Does he? Right, come on. Show me some money. $7. Well, they're gonna look like I've had the last few days. And $3.20 up. You know what? So I think I'm going to cash out. So for the final time, just going to appreciate the view from the 8th floor on Luxor. It is an absolutely fascinating property. You know, it's just, I don't think there's any other hotel in the world where inside it you are staring at the entire space. The fact you've put theatres and everything in here, it is ridiculous. Really enjoyed my time here. As you've just seen, I have a Ghostbusters bonus. I stuck in $50, was only paying 75 cents a bet, and I actually got as low as $7 or $8, then got a few line hits which took me back up to the 46, 47, then I hit that bonus to get $7, so I cashed that 50 odd out, and then thought I'll stick 50 into Huff and More Puff here in Luxor, and I just cannot hit anything on that game all week, so that 50 is no more. So goodbye, Luxor. Let's go to Circa. can already say that this is the best hotel room I have ever stayed. Haven't even stayed in it yet in my life, and this is a first look reveal at the view. Haven't seen it yet. Oh my fucking god. I'm absolutely speechless. Absolutely speechless. I can just sit in the end of my bed and watch the footy and have a beer. In fact, I might just do that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I hope it's a good night. Okay, so first bonusing Circa on 007 Casino Royale, and we've got the double chip respin feature. Put 50 on this, down to 720 on 19 cents a bet.
Chip upgrade.
Yeah. Be careful. Oh, I love that soundtrack. Funny, go on. Yes. Take that. Not winning, but hey, it's a bonus. And we've hit the chip respin again.
Double chip respin.
Come on, give me more, give me more. Down to 820.
Chip upgrade.
Yes. Right, come on. Shoot me a good one this time. Come on. Yes. Yes. No. Oh well. Oh well. Keep me going. So we've got the full bonus. And I have no idea what's happening here. Right.
Le chiffre unlocked.
Oh.
Multiplier.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant. 3x multiplier.
Nice. Don't know if this is good or not yet. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
007.
Yes.
All arrays unlocked. 5x multiplier.
This could be good. This could be good.
Multiplier. Busted.
Oh.
Fold. Array unlocked.
Yeah. Thank you. Right, what have we got here? $5. Sorry. So, was told off for filming, but just to show you, that came to $32. So, back up to 41. So, I've moved on to cash falls. This isn't a bonus, but nice screen 9 hit. Just stuck a spare $20 note that I had in. I was just doing 50 cents a bet. And I'm taking that 20 up to 50. So I'm only 30 down from what I lost in Casino Royale. This seems to be giving me a game, so hopefully I can get a bonus. Hit the bonus now, cash falls, 10 free games. Come on. Yes. Right, come on. Keep her in that. Come on. Words, need words. A mini or a minor. I've also upped it to $1 a bet, $1 spin. On $39.70. I'm only putting an original 20 into this, remember, so if this is really good. Yes. Multiplier. Come on. 10 times. 10 times. 5, 8. 23. Right, come on. 10 times. Give me a big one. Oh, well, better than nothing. Still have 3 more games to go. Come on, see if we can fill this third or fourth grade. Go on. Yep, for $1 a bet, 68. That's not too bad at all. $107. I am up money in Circa. I am actually up. Well, may continue. So I've moved to Dollar Storm. I'm currently overall 70 down. Did some all aboard action but lost 40 in it and previously cashed out 50 from the coin drop game. So got the 3 symbols, got the 6 games. I'm doing $1 a bet. Put 50 in down to $39.90. Let's go. Hold and spin would be great. $10, nice start. And again. Yes. Nice multipliers. Up to 34. Come on, give me a hold and spin. Up to 52. $54.89. Up to 94. So, clawing my way back again. So, I've hit the bonus again. Straight to 29. Oh, coin show. Hit the button. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. $60. Give me a hold of this man. Let's go. $63.55. Up to 92. I'm tempted to take that, I'm alright, you know. Yeah. So, holding me one on Circa, only 30 down so far. And I'll revisit there this evening. I've just thought I'd come in for Fight Explorer onto the main Fremont Street. And gone for a drink, so let's get it up. So, Ben Heath, just for you, this is my nomination for cocktail of the trip. Not today, trip, because this is the only one I have.
Oh, yeah.
And it's called the Licky from Whiskey Liqueur Up. Try saying that 3 times fast when you're pissed. But it's bloody delicious. So I started off with a Licky Licky. Then I had another Licky Licky. And I was going to go to Fremont Street. I really enjoyed some of the bands that's playing at the minute for this company festival that was going on. And then I decided straight to another Licky Licky. Whiskey Liqueur Up. This is where it's at.
Really high feel.
Too good. Too good. Now this is what I call put the customer in mind. I'm good, thank you very much.
How may I help you?
I want a cocktail. I like rum and pineapple. Surprise me.
You got it? Wedge.
Whoa, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Begged it on his wrist, I'll bet you. Does he have one? Ha ha! Oh, you better tip him for
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Look at Martin go.
Right?
Done this before.
Not even sweating. Not even sweating, that guy. Yes.
Perfect pour.
Wow.
Wow. No extra for you.
Got it. Hang on, my brother.
There you go. Dan Heath. Sorry, that's a cocktail. There's rum. Pineapple on it. Apart from that, what do they do? What do they do? Aye, aye, aye. Oh, well, you've got to laugh. Yeah, some explaining to do. So basically, in a nutshell, got back to the room last night with the intent of getting showered and changed for an evening out on Fremont, and let's just say chilled out too much, fell asleep, and missed everything. I woke up at 12:30 and realised what had happened. And to be honest with you, I had thought, right, get showered and get changed and sort of go all out tonight. And then, but realising that I'm travelling home today, and my flight's not till 9 o'clock this evening, so I kind of want to be awake today, that I can sleep on the plane on the way home, so then I'll be safe to drive from Dublin back to Belfast. So I decided, even though I woke up at 12:30, I kind of thought, you know what, maybe what my body really needs, and maybe it's just everything's caught up with me over the last few days. It just needs a good proper rest, so I just decided to go back to sleep, and that was me till 5:30 this morning. So kind of partly disappointed that I missed out on, going out last night, but to be honest, it doesn't bother me. I think my body needs the rest, and that comes first. Still, because I'm not flying out till 9 o'clock tonight, I've got a good part of today. So what I was planning to do last night in terms of visiting Plaza, Main Street Station, and obviously maybe a bit more gambling here at Circa, I still have time today to be able to do that, and I also want to check maybe a bit of downtown grand action as well. So, and also because of yesterday, I basically still have, because I still have money from 2 days ago, I basically still have my full 500 from yesterday. So don't even need to touch my allowance for today. So I'm guaranteeing myself that I am going back home with money. So that's not a bad thing either. So so that's really the plan for today. We'll see what we get up to. And one of the things that I'm particularly gutted about missing last night was the fact that I had lined up a particular shirt to wear, because the one thing that Fremont really needs is more neon. And I thought I was going to light it up like it had never been lit up before. But hey ho, not to worry, it's on me today. Let's go and do downtown, people. So I'm in Plaza on Dragon Link, a major 568, and I've got the hold and spin feature. $50 in, $1 a press. Went down to my last £4.60, $4.60. No big numbers here. Some words would be great. Come on. Come on. Nothing big. Come on. Yes. Oh, right, okay. 1 for 10 grand. That's the maximum I can bring home with me on the plane anyway, and declare, so surely not. Come on, where's the luck of the Irish? Let's go. Oh well. Not great. Definitely not worth going to show that. But I'll keep me playing a bit for as I wait for my beer to come. Catch you later. So this is what I've got to show for $100 in Plaza. I went through the rest of the 50 in Dragon Lake. Put another 50 in double money, I think. I don't know if it's a new game, but certainly one I haven't seen before. And went through 50 in that with no bonus. So slots are tight, folks, and the slots are tight. So I've just come to Main Street Station and absolutely love the vibe and the character of this place. Some people might call it old-fashioned, but I think it's very rustic and it's got great charm. And for me, it's got a bit more soul than what Resorts World had. That place just did not wash with me at all. So I was just checked out of Circa. I've dropped my bags with Bell Desk because I don't need to leave to the airport till about 6 PM tonight. However, I've just checked on my British Airways app and the flight, which was due to depart at 9:10, has now been delayed to 10 to 11. But they're still recommending that I arrive at the airport at a normal time. They said it's because it's due to a late arriving aircraft, but they're still obviously trying to mitigate what happens. But in terms of how that leaves me getting back to Dublin from Heathrow, I have no idea. Because obviously when I check in at the Harry Reid this evening and they asked me where my cases are going, the final destination is obviously Dublin and not Heathrow, so I obviously expecting the cases to go right through, but whether that means I'll be able to make my normal connecting flight and the cases will go on that, or they'll go on to a different connecting flight, remains to be seen, but I'll find that information out at the airport. So had a great stay in Circa, absolutely love the property. Oh, just amazing, they just have nailed it in every possible aspect. Just a bit unfortunate last night that I didn't get the wide night in Fremont that I was expecting, but still have some time to explore today, so I'm going to do some Main Street Station, wee bit of gambling. If I get any bonuses, you'll see in the next clip. So we're in downtown Grand. Got the hold and spin. Just doing a dollar bet. Put 50 in, down to 7.74. No big numbers. But I'm just got a draw bonus. Oh, I've seen words there. May have only been a money, but who cares? Come on. Oh, a wee bit. Not much. Takes me over 30. Might move and try something else. So, moved the dragon link, got the hold and spin. The $30 odd ticket down to 28, 29 for only a few presses. No big numbers here again. Only doing rolling 50 cent a bet, so no huge expectations. Oh, a mini. $10 there, where did it go? Come on. Maybe minor at 50 even. Keeps me going. Come on. Right, this is getting interesting. Okay. Just under 18k there. Not on mission. If this comes in, this is really going to be a Jesus, Mary and Joseph and the wee donkey, I'm telling you. That's to be expected. $22.50. Just takes me up to 50 again. So I cashed out that 50, I stuck it into Buffalo Grand. It's the one machine I haven't played all week because it hasn't been very good for me in the past, but I've got the whale bonus. Let's see what happens. $14.70. 12 free games. Let's see what we can do. All death spins I can do with a re-trigger. Come on. Give me a re-trigger. $20.65, absolute rubbish, but better than nothing. So at 27 I put into coin combo and got nothing for it at all. So in terms of my downtown gambling, I lost 30 in Circa yesterday, and today lost 100 in Plaza, 50 in Main Street Station, and 50 in downtown Grand. So that's me done with the gambling, but I'm hungry and I need to get something to eat before I head to the airport. And the one thing I haven't had all week is pizza, and there's only really one place to go. Hell to the yeah. Time of your life, eh? The gambling wasn't great, but the rest of it, pure Vegas. Let's go home. So that is that for the trip. Got home safe and sound, managed to get 7 hours sleep on the flight back from Vegas to Heathrow. The way the sort of different flight times and the different legs getting to Dublin, driving to Belfast, plus with the time difference. I was actually, when I got home to Belfast, it was like midnight on Friday night, so got another night's sleep, and so when I woke up on the Saturday morning, it was as if jet lag just wasn't an issue, didn't really affect me at all coming back this trip, which was great. Absolutely loved that final couple of days downtown, despite the epic sleep feel, which I'll probably never live down to some degree, but great stay at Circa overall. Absolutely love that place. They just, you know, they've just done it right. It's just got that nice mix between the retro theme, you know, of what downtown is, but done in a very, very modern way. And so in terms of the design, the colours, and everything about it feels sort of quite massive. You've got that big long mega bar, you've got the massive sports book. Yep, but I think the stroke of genius is really the sort of two-floored casino approach. Also gives you that sort of intimate vibe as well. So absolutely fantastic stay, and I definitely would consider staying there again for sure. The one thing I didn't mention that I did miss out on that night due to my epic sleep deprivation was I had booked the Legacy Club at 8 PM and unfortunately didn't get to make that. When I'd actually booked that as well, there was actually also a $50 minimum spend, so when I woke up the next morning, they'd already gone ahead and charged my card $50 as a sort of no-show fee, really. But hey ho, my fault, and no problem at all. So definitely would love to do that the next trip, just to see the views from up there and have a few drinks and some of the atmosphere would be great. In terms of the gambling for those couple of days, in summary, I basically lost $230. Again, you know, in summary, I think in general, the first couple of days in Vegas were not too bad. I was holding my own. There was no big wins, and even when I was doing my sort of 150 bets, $2 bonuses, nothing ever paid out that great. It was about sort of 100, 120 was the biggest bonus I had over the whole trip, even at that level. And I think I just lost confidence by the fact that as we went into days 3, 4 and 5, was just getting the bonuses at all was the hard part, and that's why I stepped my betting down to $1 a spin to basically make my $50 every time last longer. But still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the gambling when it happened and when I got the bonuses, and still enjoyed it. Just no big wins to shout about or and so on. But still great. And in terms of overall, I was there for 5 nights, and so but 6 days really, if you count the sort of going home day as a sort of almost full day in Vegas. So I had a budget of $500 per day, and that was gambling, food, drinks, shopping. The lot had to be covered within that. It wasn't just a gambling budget. Basically, of the $3,000 I took with me, I came back home with just over $600. So not too bad at all. I'm actually filming this now in mid-February and not just as I've come home for the trip, because I really wanted to see how some of the vlogs actually turned out before I did this outro piece, because as I mentioned possibly in my day 4 video, I kind of had this intent, I suppose, and sort of filming one Northern Irishman's epic journey on his own to Las Vegas for his 40th birthday, and that meant I was going to be very much morning to night and filming snippets of every single thing I did that day. And it didn't matter if I was going up an escalator, crossing the road, in the lift, being transported to a different resort, etc. and so on. I was always constantly snapping. So you sort of build up this collection of sort of B-roll type footage to do these montages, and as you'll probably notice now, I do love a montage. I think it's a great kind of storytelling tool within videos. And you kind of did all this montage stuff to get to your next venue, but then didn't have any slot play or lack of bonuses to show for it, and wasn't really sure how some of the some of the vlogs would turn out, but now that I've done it, I'm actually reasonably happy with what I've been able to stitch together for you guys. So in summary, an absolutely amazing trip. Really, so many highlights, so many great memories, and we'd love to talk about it in more detail, but I think the main things that stand out for me are the helicopter nights flight with Maverick helicopters, and the Aerosmith gig are two of the absolute standout features. And never in a million years would I think that me building out the words of Bohemian Rhapsody would ever make it into a Las Vegas vlog. But hey ho, that's what happens when you have too many Stella, and you hear you hear in the distance the music coming from the Julian piano guys. And I kind of think, looking back on it now, I probably wasn't aware subconsciously of it at the time, but clearly the events in the morning of doing the special birthday message to my little nephew Theo, right guy, and you know, I think as the day went on, I think those emotions were still part of me, and I think I was just destined to have the night that I did have that night, and just let loose. And but it was fabulous, and again, just great memories. And obviously, as you can see, I'm quite happy to take the piss out of myself when I need to. So that was great. I'd love to talk about the trip in more detail, because you know that was the furthest I've ever been away on a vacation on my own, and coupling with that, you know, trying to vlog it for the first time as well. You know, it definitely was a life experience I'll never forget. Definitely was a life affirming experience, and very much one for sort of personal discovery and finding out, you know, who Darren Graham really is, to be honest. And certainly got answers to some of those questions that I had in my own head. And so what I would like to do, guys, if you would like, is in the comments below on YouTube, or also be promoting the actual part 5 video on my Facebook page. If anybody, feel free to drop any questions about the trip, how I booked it, what I did when I was there. If you want to ask any technical questions about vlogging, how I filmed it, how I edited it, and whatever you want to ask me, put some questions below in both the YouTube comments and also Facebook, and I'll see what comes back, and then I'll plan to do a separate, more sort of detailed video on the trip, and do like a sort of bit of a Q&A style with a beer or whatever, and that would be good as well. I do want to say a few thank yous. I've been wanting to vlog some form of trip for a long period of time. I've actually tried it in the past, actually on a holiday in Florida, but I would just say that I suppose didn't probably have the right encouragement around me to properly sort of do it any sort of form of justice, really. And this time, it had been a solo trip, I knew I was definitely going to go for it. But there's definitely a few people that has sort of helped me over the line to be able to begin this journey. The first two people I would like to thank are Nicky Firmage and Matt Bridger. I love both their channels, both produce great content, and for the last 3 or 4 years I've been private messaging those guys to ask, you know, real detailed vlogging questions type stuff about filming in 4K versus 1080p, and you know, maybe what specs do you need to have on my laptop, and you know, if you're going to film on your phone, what settings do you use, and you know, level of detail which I didn't want to which didn't make sense to bore people with in the sort of public groups. So I really wanted to just, you know, ask those guys for some advice and guidance on various aspects of the sort of the vlogging side of it, and even tips and tricks and on things to do in Vegas as well. So those two guys have always been so generous with their time to come back to me, answer any queries or questions, and just general support. So Matt, Nicky, cheers guys, thanks very much indeed. And what I actually love in general at the minute, that, you know, I think there's so many people in the last 2 or 3 years have been inspired to start to try to vlog Vegas, and there's so many great new channels has emerged over the last 2 or 3 years, and I just love how everybody tells these amazing stories of the place that they absolutely love, but they all do it in their very, very different way. And I've been lucky enough throughout this short series that just before I went on the trip, and also since I've been coming back and actually posting the vlogs, I've had a few great messages from some people, and I just wanted to do a wee bit of a shout out, and that would be Matt Wallace, otherwise known as Grumpy Dad, Matthew Brandner, Martin Elliott of ME Travel Vlogs, and Darren and Sally Jones, the Las Vegas couple, just giving me great feedback, great support, and give me some advice and guidance as well, and encouragement to do this. And so really appreciate all the love, guys. Fantastic. And the last two shout outs I would like to do were a wee bit closer to my heart because they're fellow Northern Irelanders, and that is Chris and Jolene from Hangovers and Handpays, and Graham and Louise from Vegas Cheers. Two absolutely brilliant couples, Vegas channels. Their personality and their chemistry together as couples just shine throughout, and have great banter. And also, me being from Northern Ireland, I totally get some of the little quirks and phrases that they come out with. And if you actually watch Graham and Louise's current vlog series, you'll see where Louise is giving weekly, how to speak Northern Ireland lessons as well, and which is great. And for Chris and Jolene, I would cast them as the first Northern Ireland Vegas vloggers, and I think them doing their first trip, which I think they posted last year, or was it the year before? I think it was last year, can't remember, but they vlogged their first ever trip, and that really was the final bit of encouragement that I needed, that I could possibly do this, and that this accent would be acceptable on YouTube. And luckily enough, I haven't had a single request for any subtitles since I've come back. So big shout out to those guys. Hopefully hopefully we'll all get to meet one day together. I know I'm actually going to meet Graham and Louise in Belfast this weekend for some food and a few drinks and a bit of crack, and really looking forward to that. I have no doubt in the future at some stage I'll meet Chris and Jolene as well, and if the five of us ever get together, it could be Whiskey Liqueur Up, and it could be messy sometime, but that would be fabulous at some stage in the future. So please, guys, if you haven't already, check out those channels and give them a wee bit of love. It's just great to have our wee country of Northern Ireland finally on the sort of Vegas vlogging map. It's been absolutely fantastic. And so with that, really the final thing as well is at the minute, in terms of when I'm going back to Vegas, I have no real plans as such. But the one thing I will say, that as much as I am a Vegas nut, I am also a absolutely massive Disney nut. Love Walt Disney World in Florida, Disneyland Paris, and would love to get to California one day. I've actually a lifelong dream to visit all 6 worldwide locations of Disney parks. So who knows, but there may be some Disney action later on this year, possibly to film. And I'm looking at possibly a 2024 return to Vegas if other things work out. I'm planning a bit of a sort of additional part-time sort of business venture from the summer, which hopefully will provide with some additional income that I suppose helps just treat myself and treat others around me to nice things in life. And the plan is at the end that hopefully will fund future trips, hopefully from 2024 onwards. And I'll probably, any sort of staycation type stuff that I do here in the UK and in Northern Ireland, or even down south in the Republic as well, I'll try and sort of do maybe sort of short mini vlogs of those as well, and put them on the channel. So the Vegas content will be a bit dry probably for the next year or two, but I do plan to have some other bits and pieces go on there as well. And finally, I just want to say an absolute massive thank you to absolutely everybody who's followed this journey so far. I really cannot believe, I'm completely flabbergasted that of, not that I'm caring about subscribers or I'm caring about the number of views I get. I just wanted to put on film as a practice run for what this part-time venture is going to be in the summer, to see if I can edit stuff, to see if I can film stuff. And I thought, why not film Vegas for my 40th? It's always going to be memories for myself, and if other people happen to enjoy it as well, that's just a bonus. And but it's when you see the view counts of each video, like 1.6k or something like that for day 2 or whatever it is, you start trying to imagine 1,600 people in a room, and that they're watching a wee video that some guy in the, from a small town in Northern Ireland just made and put on the internet. That's just crazy, absolutely crazy. But still, yet so thankful for everybody who's commented, who's liked, who's contacted me privately, who's shared it, and so on. Love yous all, and look forward to seeing where this journey goes, really. So that's me signing off. I will be back, hopefully. We'll see what the comments are like in the comments below for any sort of Q&A, to do that Q&A video, and that's hopefully when I'll see you the next time. So until then, guys, you know what I'm going to say. Keep her gut.